Now, his question was, what's the ruling on putting a tombstone or a headstone, like they do in Christian cemeteries, where you have a piece of marble engraved on it, born this date, died on this date, his name was so and so, he was a beloved son to his parents, etc. This is totally prohibited. Abu al-Hayyaj al-Asadi, one of the tabi'een, may Allah have mercy on him, and the hadith is in the Sahih. He said, he narrates, that Ali ibn Abi Talib once told me, should I send you as the Prophet had sent me to do? What did the Prophet ﷺ send you, O Ali, to do? The Prophet ﷺ sent me and said to me, do not leave a statue without, or a picture without removing its features, meaning it does not resemble a human being or an animal. So if it's a statue, it has to be destroyed. If it's a painting, the face has to go so that it would not be simulating, looking like Allah's creation. And this is number two, he sent me that whenever I find a grave that is above the ground, to level it. So scholars say it is prohibited to have any fence around the grave, or any sort of structure or building or any sort of construction on top of it, or putting a plaster around it. Headstones also is prohibited because it is imitating the kuffar. One would say, okay, how would we know that this grave belongs to my father? The scholars say that the Prophet ﷺ, when Uthman ibn Mad'un, may Allah be pleased with him, died, he put a small rock next to it, to his grave, so that he would recognize it whenever he visits the graveyard. So if you put something that is not as fancy as marble, just a rock, a piece of wood, something that you write your son's name to identify it, not to give it something, to beautify it or to make it look nice, then inshallah, as a form of identification, this is permissible